choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. We got a brand new trailer for the Superman movie coming this July, and I gotta be honest, this trailer was awesome. I'm not gonna be doing a full reaction to it. You can find that on other channels, and also Warner Brothers does a lot of copyright stuff, and so I just rather break it down and give my thoughts on the trailer. This trailer is getting a ton of heat online. Just overall, it's been getting crapped on online for some reason ever since the teaser trailer came out, ever since the first suit reveal, which I wasn't a huge fan of the way that they revealed it and kind of that whole picture, but I still really dig the suit and I like that he has the trunks on the outside. Let me know what you guys think about that, or if you like a suit, if you don't like it, in the comment section down below. But this trailer was full of a ton of stuff, so yeah, I just want to be going through the whole entire thing, giving my thoughts on it. And before I begin, let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought of this trailer. Are you excited for this film? What was your favorite part of it? Or what was your least favorite part? Okay, so the trailer begins. We get like a mock interview, not a mock, it's a real interview with Lois Lane and Clark, Superman, because he allows Lois to interview him as Superman. And this part was really cool because he kind of sits there and he's like, Miss Lane, and kind of does like a Superman voice, which I thought was really funny and really cool. Kind of shows the difference between Clark and Superman there. I thought that was really interesting. Actually, this whole entire scene I really enjoyed because it kind of shows the dynamic between these two characters, and these, of course, are our main characters besides Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult. And it kind of shows just some value differences between the two characters. Superman is obviously pretty naive at this point in the film. He apparently has stopped a war in Baravia, if that's the name of the third world country that they're going with. Not a real country in real life, but this just for the movie and the DC universe. He stopped a war in Baravia, and I think that Lex Luthor is constructed this whole war for Superman to stop. Like, he's like playing the puppet master behind the scenes, I guess, kind of like in Batman v Superman. So take that as you will, if you like that or not. But Superman goes and stops this war. And Lois is basically like, did you talk to the president before doing this? Like, you're technically acting as an American citizen, and people there could think that he's representing the United States, even though he says I'm not representing anyone. I'm just representing me. People were gonna die, so I just want to save them, do some good. But she's obviously laying in some hard questions here, which is probably not good for their relationship, but good for the world to see, what was Superman thinking for doing this. And so, yeah, I thought this was a really cool scene. He goes sort of like, Superman mode to then normal person mode throughout like the whole interview, which I thought was interesting. One little theory that I have is, like, I think that, this is going to be towards the beginning of the movie, obviously. And then at the end of the movie, they're going to have another interview. So Lois Lane is going to interview Superman again, and he's going to be more confident in his actions. He's going to be, the one that saved the day. The public's going to like him because, there's things that happen that Lex Luthor constructs online, apparently. That people are going to be trashing on Superman, and his public image is going to be in the dirt. But towards the end of the movie, it's obviously going to be a lot better. He's going to save the day, and then she's going to do another interview with him. And that could possibly be the end of the movie. I mean, that's just my little theory there. Let me know what you guys think about that. We also get a lot more shots of the engineer and then this Ultraman character. So yeah, that's all going to be super interesting. I think it's like a clone of Clark, a clone of Superman under that mask, and we're going to see that. And then Lex Luthor as well. We just get a lot of more shots of him. He makes a lot of weird faces in this trailer. One of them, he's like screaming his head off, like out of anger. He's so frustrated. And then we get Superman actually fighting this robot. Now, this robot is apparently called the Hammer of Baravia. So it's someone or something from that Middle Eastern country that Superman stops the war from. Now, what I think is probably going to happen, a lot of people are speculating also it could be like Lex Luthor, his prototype mega suit or something. I don't think that's the case here. What I think is probably going to happen at the beginning of the film, Superman is going to like stop the war, or it's, you know, somewhat in the beginning, he's going to stop that war. It's going to have a lot of repercussions. The people, the civilians are going to be, you know, they don't know what to think of Superman after that. And then the country that Lex Luthor is maybe in control of, or he's controlling them, and this robot, he sends that robot from the country to fight Superman in Metropolis, and then it does a lot of damage. You see, it like destroys that building in the trailer, and just causes a ton of damage. Maybe possibly even kill some civilians in the action, and the civilians are going to be super upset about that, and the people of Metropolis. And they're probably going to blame Superman because if he didn't even go stop that war in the first place, this would have never happened. So it's kind of like rub his public image in the dirt, and then the movie's going to be him trying to fix that and exposing Lex Luthor for the criminal that he is. So that's kind of what I think will happen, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We get a lot more look into the Fortress of Solitude, and the engineer goes in there, and you see like her hands. I believe in the comics she has like a chrome stuff, but it's the same sort of powers. Like she can make and do whatever she wants. Here it kind of looks more like nanotech. So she gets a clean kick to the face by Krypto. I don't believe they're going to kill Krypto because he does belong to Supergirl. And so I think that's going to be one of the end credit scenes possibly, or just the end of the movie, one of the scenes that she's going to come back to Earth because Kal-El is dog sitting for her, and then he's going to be in the Supergirl movie. Krypto is. So I don't think they're going to kill Krypto. Some people were speculating about that. They could possibly seriously hurt him, like the engineer and Ultraman could, if he, you know, starts biting them or something, because he has insane power, so he could really do some damage. And you see, you know, she like got hit in the jaw or something, and so. I think that what they're going to do is, you know, they're going to probably hurt Krypto to where he can't move or anything or fight back at that point and need some time to heal. And then it'll just make the audience like hate Lex Luthor and hate the engineer and this Ultraman even more. This right here, this scene where Superman punches out of the cell that he's locked in. What I think is happening is Metamorpho is actually creating a sun, like he's turning into the sun because he can, you know, turn into like elements and stuff, and it's giving Superman strength. That's where he's able to break out here. We do get some voiceover of Jonathan Kent, and I do like that we do see more of Jonathan and Martha Kent. She says, "Oh, I cleaned your boots for you," and so he goes and puts those on. But I do like, you know, what the dialogue we get from Jonathan Kent, you know, saying that his actions is what's going to define him and the things that he does. And so it really goes to show, you know, that Superman really just wants to do good. And in this world where doing the good thing is not always the correct thing, like we see with the war. And so he's going to have to balance that. Okay, you know, this is a good thing, but is this the correct thing for me to do? And he'll kind of probably have to balance that for the whole entire movie. We get some flashback footage, so we'll see how much flashbacks we get of Kal-El when he's younger. I did like all the looks that we got of Mr. Terrific. I think that he's going to be a really cool character in this movie. I don't know how much the Super Gang is what they're calling, or the Justice Gang or something. Super Gang, Justice Gang. What they're going to be. So it's Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and then Mr. Terrific. Probably going to try and recruit Superman in this. But based on the test screenings, I did hear that they actually aren't in the movie as much as people think they will be. So hopefully that is the case, because I'd rather them focus more on Superman. Obviously, it is his movie, and save them for maybe a Justice League team-up film, something like that. But Mr. Terrific is probably my most anticipated person in the Justice Gang to actually see in action. Lex Luthor also, his dialogue here where he says, Superman, you know, he's not even a man, he's an it. I thought that was interesting, kind of see Lex Luthor's mindset of how he views Superman. He does not see him as a human being. Obviously, he's an alien, technically not a human being, but he looks like us, acts like us, and Lex Luthor just hates that. He hates that he's the talking point of the world right now. And someone like Superman, if this was real, he definitely would. He would be talked about all over the planet. He'd be the most popular person on the planet, because he just has insane amounts of power. You can't control him. And Lex Luthor does not like that. He wants to smear his public image. And from what I've heard is, he breaks into the Fortress of Solitude, which again, we see more footage of that here. And what he does is he basically alters Jor-El's speaking to him, like the footage that he leaves behind, and alters it in a way to smear Superman online. So that's going to be one of the plot points of the film. We do see Metamorpho locked up in the cage along with Superman, and Lex Luthor's goons here are beating up on him. And if you can see in this image that I'll put up on the screen, Metamorpho actually has kryptonite. So his hand is the kryptonite. I'm actually going to make a separate video on this, so I don't want to get too much into it here. But that's how we get kryptonite in the DCU. Right there, and they're just wailing on him. So yeah, again, we just get a lot more action shots here. I did think that the end of the trailer was pretty interesting. It's an extended scene of when he launches up, and he just actually, if you notice, it's very quick, so you can't really see him, but he just falls back down. So something like up there is hitting him just straight back down. I just thought that was an interesting scene to end the trailer on, because it's probably going to be, a big action scene. But in the trailer, the scene was like, oh, like he's going back up to the fight, and then it's awesome, but then he just knocks straight back down. So I thought that was funny. And lastly, we get some footage more of Krypto, him laying on top of Superman there. Super cute. But yeah, overall, I really, really like this trailer. I was hesitant about it because the day before they put out some stuff before the trailer saying, hey, we're releasing the trailer tomorrow. This is on Tuesday. And that stuff I didn't really like. People were comparing it to CW quality, and I actually kind of agree with them about that. I did not like it at all, but this trailer did blow me away. This is probably my most anticipated film of the year, and I'm very, very excited for it. So yeah, again, join me down in the comment section. If you guys like my content, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. If you guys want to check out more of my videos, it will be linked above, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.